Hey, what's up? This is Mark Gubwan. Do you need to do social media management yourself, or do you need to hire somebody to do it for you? We're going to answer this question right after this. So the question is, do you need to hire somebody to do your social media management, or do you need to do it yourself? I think the easiest way to answer this question is to understand your return on investment. If you are a business that's just starting out and you don't have a whole lot of employees, maybe you're actually a solopreneur at the moment with the aspirations of hiring a team, then it might make sense to do all of your social media yourself to begin with. The reason why I suggest this is because in the beginning, you don't really have a social media following. You don't have a lot of customer service, and you don't have a lot of actions and activities that you are really required to do. However, once you start to ramp up into your business, you are going to be more and more busy. You might be answering more phone calls, closing more sales, things of that nature. At that point, you really have to ask yourself, do I make more money by adding value to this particular task than if somebody else does it for me? For example, if you bill yourself at about $100 an hour, that means for every hour that you're creating social media content and doing social media tasks, you're spending $100. If you measure your return on investment with your social media activities, that means you should be making more than $100 from the social media activities. Well, how do you measure that? What you need to do is understand what your cost per acquisition of a lead is, and you have to understand on the back end what is the sale that you're bringing in for every blog post or lead or whatever it is the piece of content is that you create on social media. You need to track that through social media to figure out, okay, if a lead came in from this particular content and they closed on the back end, how much did that cost? How much did I make? And once you start to create that analysis, then you can really figure out, oh, these leads are costing me, $100 an hour to create, but after I create this content, I'm not spending $100 per lead. Maybe you generate 100 leads. Then that means it's $1 per lead per that particular piece of content. You see where I'm going with that? So if it's $1 per lead, then you ask yourself, okay, I have 100 leads. How many of those leads converted into sales? Well, let's just say 2 out of 100 of those leads converted into sales. Well, what was the average sale of those 2 leads? Was it $2,000 a sale? That's $4,000 for $100 of work. Well, that's a pretty good return on investment. So every time you spend $100 an hour of your time to create $4,000, that's a pretty good return on investment. Do the math on a calculator. That's how you have to look at things in your business. Not only does that idea make sense for social media management, it makes sense for almost every idea that you have where you want to create a new headcount and bring on somebody onto your team to help you with your business. If you don't understand that simple analysis, then you need to really just start doing your homework and learn more about that. I think for me, understanding return on investment is almost second nature to me, since I'm classically trained as an accountant, and those sorts of ratios and things, they've kind of kind of pop up in my head as I'm going through my different tasks. I know whenever I create videos like this that I'm going to generate leads. Those leads are going to cost me less and less and less and less money, only because in the beginning everything costs a lot. But once you start to see the evolution of an online sales funnel, then you realize, oh, my return on investment is actually very, very high. And we'll talk about more about this in other videos. Okay, so just to recap, should you do it yourself when it comes to social media management, or should you hire somebody else to do it? So the formula is your time worth more than the cost of what it would be to hire somebody to do it for you? If the answer is true, then you want to hire somebody to do it. Let me know what it is that you have questions about, if you need help calculating your return on investment, or if you feel like social media management is something that you want to explore. We can get together and we can talk about where you're at in your journey, in your business, and I can point you to the right tool or resource that either I have to offer you or other things that I might find online. Make sure you click the link below, subscribe to my newsletter, and I'm going to give you a free social media audit, and you are going to absolutely love this because you're going to walk away with an action plan. My goal is to give you so much value in that social media management audit that you will be able to take your business to the next step. I'm not going to promise you that you're going to make more sales, but I will promise that you'll be able to take the next step. And that's really what it means to be an entrepreneur in this internet age. You just need to take the next step because it's always going to change. It's going to change on you. It's going to change fast, but that's what I'm here for you to do, is just help you get to the next step and really understand that the next step is not as complicated as it seems. My name is Mark Gubon. Make sure you subscribe to my newsletter. Get your free audit. I will see you on the next video. Come on.